This is topic B on page 62, controlling paragraph layout.
You've used options in the font group of formatting commands to control character formatting, but now you need to apply formats that change the structural appearance of an entire paragraph. And we'll take a look at, on our Home tab, our paragraph group now. On the Home tab in the paragraph group are various options that apply to the structure or overall appearance of an entire paragraph. These include options such as paragraph alignment and indentation. First are margins. A margin is the empty area along the top, bottom, left, and right edges of a page. Margins determine the overall size of a document's text area in relation to the size of the paper it will print on. Additionally, margins dictate the text's vertical or horizontal position on a page. While margins are a page layout option, they influence paragraph layout because they limit how much page width is available to a paragraph. So your four margins that you have, let me scroll up to the top of the page here. You have your top margin, so this is the area of white space between the edge of the page and where your text begins. Your left margin is the area of white space to the left, from the edge of the paper from where the text begins. And if I scroll down to where we have some paragraphs, your right margin, you can see actually on my ruler, your right and left margins are shown where that gray area is. So no text will be typed into this area. And on your vertical ruler, you can see the top margin is shown in gray here. So that's all that white space. And again, the bottom margin, area of white spaces, space between the text and the edge of the page is shown in gray here. All right, so your margins are that white space on the outer edges of the page. In our paragraph group, we're going to take a look at our paragraph alignment options. So these four command buttons located here. Paragraph alignment refers to the horizontal position of a paragraph relative to the left and right margins in a document. You can set paragraph alignment options on the Home tab, in the paragraph group, or in the paragraph dialog box. So if I choose my paragraph dialog box launcher, I also have on the indents and spacing tab in the general section, here we have our alignment where you have your four options, left, centered, right, and justified as well. So those are the same options here on your ribbon tab. I'm going to scroll down to where my paragraphs start towards the end of page 1. And I'm going to show you the differences here for your alignment options. The default alignment for a paragraph is your left alignment. And this aligns the left edge of a paragraph along the left margin. The left edge of the paragraph is even, you can see, goes down in a straight line, while the right edge of the paragraph, you can see, is jagged, depending on where the words end, what can fit there. So this is left alignment. Center alignment aligns both sides of a paragraph equidistant from the left and right margins. So it starts at the center of the page, and then as you type more text, goes outward evenly to the left and right. So both edges of a paragraph with center alignment will be jagged. Then you have right alignment. This aligns the right edge of a paragraph along the right margin. You can see this looks like a straight line going down. It's aligned to the right margin, while the left side of the paragraph, you can see, seems jagged here. And then lastly, your fourth option is justify. And this aligns both sides of a paragraph along the left and right margins. You can see it kind of goes down in a straight line towards the left margin and also to the right margin. And how it accomplishes this, it puts extra space between words to kind of puff them out a little bit so you get them going down in a straight line on both sides. So I know it's kind of hard to see, but there is extra space between words here just to try to fluff it out just a little bit so it gets that straight line. It's like a block styling, and you'll see that in a lot of textbooks and you're reading books, chapter books, stuff like that, they'll use that justified horizontal alignment. Gives it a nice clean look. All right, and then page 74, we have some hyphen.
A correction, that is page 62, hyphenation options.
Hyphenation options. I'm going to switch this back to left alignment, our default. And hyphenation refers to the use of the hyphen, a punctuation mark that joins separate words or split words by their syllables. So sometimes you'll see when your sentences get to the end of a line, if the word doesn't fit, it'll push that whole line, that whole word to the next line, and you'll get a lot of extra white space in the previous line because that word doesn't fit. On your Layout tab, you have the option in your Page Setup command group for hyphenation. You can use automatic, you can manually split up a word within syllables. If I click on automatic, let's see if anything gets hyphenated through here. Yeah, here we go. In this sentence, Word provides header, footer, cover page, and text box design that complement each other. So complement, the whole entire word would not have fit on this line, so it broke it up between the first and second syllable of the word complement. So instead of pushing the whole entire word to the next line and having a lot of extra white space on this line, it broke it up. And you can choose whether you want to have hyphenation on or off in your document. You can see if I go back to none, it moves that whole entire word to the next line. In your hyphenation dropdown, again, you can choose to manually break up your words by just typing the first syllable or the first and second, but you have to make sure you hyphenate words between syllables. That is very important. You can't just hyphenate anywhere within the word. It has to be within a syllable. And in the hyphenation options, you can choose to automatically hyphenate the whole entire document. You can choose whether or not to hyphenate words that are in all caps. And also, if you choose to hyphenate the whole entire document, that might hyphenate a whole lot of words, and it gets kind of messy looking when you hyphenate too many words in a document. So you can put a limit on how many words in your Word file that you actually want to hyphenate. So you just use your spin arrows to signify how many. If you don't mind having so many, you can put a no limit on there. All right, our next
Our next video will be Activity 2-3 on page 64.